Hello, everybody. My name is Chachi. That is Tom. And this is In Our Humble Opinion. We are back. It has been 2 months, almost 3. We had a little break. Had some family stuff going on. Not fun family stuff. Not going to get into details. It wasn't a good thing, but, we plow through. NFL's asking me if I want something. No thanks to NFL.com. I have your membership. It's okay. But we're going to go over the off-season stuff. Gave us people some time to see some mini-camp stuff. Signings. Tom, where you want to start? I'll let you go. Tom's back. I'm back. Let's go. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, you can start with the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers. It's just fascinating. I don't really know what they're doing. They traded Minka, who I thought was solid, but they loaded up their cornerback room, right? And then they depleted their safeties, their safeties aren't really good.
No.
I mean, think of how they played against the Ravens, hey, when you got to come run support and stuff and also cover tight ends and stuff, I'm like, so why would you get rid of Minka? Because Jalen Ramsey's all right. I've never been super impressed, to be honest with you, with him in his whole career. I think when he was younger, he was definitely talented, but I don't understand what Pittsburgh's doing. It seems like they just got rid of a bunch of talent to replace it with old people. And, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, I hate to say it. Dude, if you think this is going to magically get you over the top, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really get it, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Because, the thing with Aaron is he's just comfortable with what he wants to do, right?
Yeah.
And if that team can't perform, you're just signing a guy. That's what I don't get. You need to get a quarterback that's comfortable with doing what you're asking him to do.
No, I agree.
So I don't know, man. It makes you wonder. I think that there's an argument to be had with there's a lot of people in Pittsburgh that were upset that Justin Fields got benched when they were started off well.
Yeah. Which
I still don't disagree with, because when you watch what Russell Wilson's capable of doing, which is stretching the field, and that's what you needed in that offense.
Yeah.
It made sense, but I hear the argument sometimes.
No, I get it. I'm glad he's getting a shot with the Jets, and you know what? I hope he does well. I just hope the Jets don't do my thing. Whatever I think about Justin Fields, I can't really give you a concrete evidence of what he is, because no one's really given. The Bears, that's a mess. I can't even say anything. They mess up everybody. I can't. They're like the Browns from the mid 2000s, where they were.
Honestly, Josh, Justin Fields had. Go look at his college wide receivers. They're all first round picks.
They are.
Second round picks.
I agree. I understand that.
They can just run past people. It's I'm sorry. There's nothing. Yeah, I don't know. He was always a run first type guy. He's a good athlete. He's gonna make plays with his legs.
I'm just glad he's getting a shot, though. We'll see what he's got, okay? And like you said, Pittsburgh, I just don't know what they're doing. I agree with you. I got the Russell Wilson thing last year because he managed the team and they had a really good defense. I got that. But they're in this limbo where they keep getting old people. They're not going young. And they got some old people. They have some young players.
They're trying to win now because I think Tomlin's on the hot seat. I can't believe he's not. At some point, the message gets old there, and I'm sorry, Pittsburgh. You can pride yourself all you want. You've had 3 coaches in 100 years,
and this is not a Ravens.
The NFL is unfortunately about change, and if coaches can't change with the times, which Tomlin, I think Tomlin's a good coach. It's just messaging gets old.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think the players respond, but I also don't think they got the talent. I'll just be honest with you.
No, I agree.
Seriously, the guy they should be worried about right now,
mm-hmm.
and making sure that he's healthy and signed, is
T.J. Watt. Yeah.
Because when he plays for them, they win games.
Yep.
That's the guy. And he's the one that's holding out.
Yeah. That's crazy. And if you trade him, that's nuts. Because then I'm like, what did you do? You got the older again, and that's what I don't get. You don't. So if you were going young and I saw good talent, I'd be like, okay, I get what you're doing. You just keep signing old people. Quarterback's the one I really don't get. You need a good quarterback. You guys literally, they're so impatient, like you said, because they need to win now, that they keep signing old guys. Don't give the young guys any time to develop. This thing in the NFL where we just I get it. You want instant, because they fix the offense to the quarterback now. so they should play better in the beginning. But you can't sit there and just throw a guy out after 2 years and just be like, well, I'm not going to try to make him good. Especially when you're running an offense that is honestly kind of like vanilla. It's run the ball, throw, run the ball. And as a Ravens fan, I get it. Oh, you have biases. No, I've always respected the Steelers. I used to fear that team because they would every time I played them in the playoffs, they beat us. Flacco's rookie year, 2005, they would 2008, 2005. They would beat us when we made the playoffs. Anytime we would, they kicked our butt. I respect them, but then they had an identity. They were tough. They had Bennett quarterback. They were annoying, man. Now they're just like they have a ceiling now. Even that year, Tom, do you remember that year when they started off 12-0? Me and you kept saying, we were talking to each other, they ain't gonna win nothing. You could tell that team wasn't that. You have a ceiling with this talent you keep putting up. This isn't a Super Bowl team. It's not. There isn't a thing in my head that goes.
The problem is if you think about it with Roethlisberger, like that 12-0 season back in 01 or whatever it was, the big problem always was, to your point, your quarterback limits you.
Yep.
Right? The things your quarterback cannot do. Like, unless you have the 2000 Ravens defense or the Seattle Seahawks, the 12 or 13 Seahawks, right? That defense.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, what do
I
you
agree.
do?
I agree.
And that's kind of where these players get in trouble.
And that never happens. They're like you just said. There's two defenses. 85 Bears too, but that was a different game. I agree with Tom. Like of the NFL now, yeah, those two. It's like if you don't have a defense like that, which is generational, that's not going to happen.
Sorry, guys.
You're fine. You can. By the way,
people. Sorry, guys. There's people being stupid in Atlanta.
Well,
normal.
I have my kids are out there. You can hear them too. Sorry about that background noise. They're children. They're gonna play.
You're good. I can't hear them at all.
This mic picks up everything, even with the boom thing on it. It picks up everything. The sound blocker. But yeah, man, that's been my thing every time. Okay, Tom, this is what I'm saying. You understand this. There are a lot of. I say there's about 8 teams every year to 10 that have. It's not that they're going to win the Super Bowl. There's only like 4 that I really think have a like 50 chance, right, or 70% chance that I think they'll make the Super Bowl, right? But there are like 10 that if they play, they could go on a run, right? I'm like, they have the talent. You understand what I'm saying? Like they have the talent to win. No, but there's the Pittsburgh's never that team. I'm like,
a great example is Jordan Love and the Packers.
Yes,
that's a great example.
Exactly.
Jordan Love has to take that step to where it's like, hey, I mean, it was the Packers when they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers actually hadn't really proven and never taken that step. It was that Falcon game where you realized, whoa, dude, that guy just lit it up. And you saw, like, there was the ceiling for them were so high. Yeah, you're not wrong.
But it's like that. The Cowboys, it's like, I'm like, even if you make the playoffs, I'm like, I don't think you can win. I don't, your team's not going to go on a Super Bowl. You're not that good. You're not. I'm sorry. You're not good enough to win.
It was like, remember the Jaguars when they made that run?
Yes.
And was that 18 or 17 to the playoff, and they got to the AFC title game? They were hindered by Blake Bortles.
Yes.
That was the guy, unfortunately. They had a great scheme. Leonard Fournette was phenomenal. Like, again, that pick was always underrated. Leonard Fournette was phenomenal.
He was.
He would, in the NFL, I mean, I'd argue this day and age, I'd love to see him come back and play. I think he would have been a beast.
Oh, the running backs just get beat up sometimes. Todd Gurley, I mean, he was impressive, amazing, and he's already been out there.
Todd Gurley still has one of the more amazing stats. He, is still, 3rd or 2nd in the NFL during, his span for, number of touchdowns. It was crazy. He was insane.
He was good. Yeah.
I digress.
He was good. But it's running backs tough because sometimes people just, they look at Zeke.
If you don't move your ceiling with your quarterback,
you
better have the most elite. Because that's the thing with Eli Manning, right? His ceiling in the playoffs is always super high.
Yep.
He could do what you needed him to do.
Yep. No.
And that's even like Peyton Manning, right? His ceiling was always super high. The problem was the way their teams were built.
Well,
you just needed him to get hot, and also you needed that defense to not crumble in moments he wasn't hot.
And my thing is the Eagles right now. It's like Jalen is a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not, but the reason they're so good. It's like you just said, they have a good team. There's a lot of good players. It has good pieces. They went and got Saquon. I'm like, that's where I'm like, I see the vision, right? Howie Roseman. Every time they lose people, he reloads young in the draft, and then he gets like veteran players that help fill a position that you need for leadership, or you need like, hey, if we get him, he makes. I get it. Look, I hate Philly fans. You guys will never get my respect. You guys are dog shit. I'm sorry. I don't like. Go kiss your Rocky statue, you weirdos. But my thing is, because I'm sorry, I can't stand that they just hate their team when they lose, but they're going to the games and they're on their dick, and when they lose, they suck. And I'm like, guys, get over it. Oh my god, you can't win every year. Relax. You guys are the worst losers.
Dude, they're the worst fan sports. These fans came down here for the Atlantic Braves game I was at. Dude, they're just a bunch of a-holes.
They
like,
are.
It gets old. It just gets old. It's like, dude, be nice. Be a nice human. Like, they're literally just complete and utter jerks, and there's no reason for it. And they act like they own everything, and it's like, so, like I said, unfortunately, America wins when Philly loses, so I always root for Philadelphia to just stink at everything.
Yeah. I mean, they are hilarious.
Other than their football team, they honestly have in all the other areas of all the other pro sports. So just remember that. Remember that, Philly.
Well, yeah. The way they talk about their.
Like, but remember what we were talking about yesterday, though, with like Cam Newton versus Jalen Hurts.
Well, I was going to go into that. Go ahead. I'll go into it. That's what I was going to get to. Go ahead.
Someone put this on social media, and it's just hilarious. They show like Cam Newton's response after losing the Super Bowl versus Jalen Hurts. Carolina never surrounded Cam Newton with anything.
Philly Brown.
Jalen Hurts didn't win the MVP.
No one remembers that year.
Also, what? He never had, like, what? Philly has the best offensive line in the NFL. They had a top 5 defense. You had a number 1 running back. You arguably have one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL in A.J. Brown. You have a top 15 tight end. Like, they surrounded Jalen Hurts with what he needed to be successful, and he executed. Yes. I am not saying that Jalen Hurts...
No, he's got winning intangibles, great winning intangibles. He's a great leader. I love him. Yeah, he's not...
Jalen Hurts has always been a winner everywhere he's went. I agree, but that does not mean that he is better than Cam Newton.
No, like Tom said, he is. You nailed it the one day. He is a way more talented Tim Tebow, Jalen Hurts. He has his intangibles where he is a winner. Like, he is, and the locker room loves him because he is I'm gonna go in that weight room with the boys and go and put in the work, and I'm gonna be there for you when you need. And everyone thinks you take a shot at him when you say, "I'm not taking a shot at him. It's talent." Aaron Rodgers is one of the most talented quarterbacks ever. I don't like the guy, but goddamn, he can throw a football. Like, I mean, what do you want me to say?
Nobody likes him anymore. I'll be honest with you.
I'm just giving that for context. He's not a good guy. Brett Favre wasn't a good guy, but them motherfuckers could throw the ball. I'm sorry. I mean, you can hate. It's just like, damn.
Brett Favre could make any throw on the field at any time.
Yep.
That's why that's why you see guys like Mahomes, you see the Bradys, the Mannings, the Brees, Rodgers, Favre, all these guys. Why they're so good? They make every throw that you need to make.
Here, and I'll make everyone feel really good. This is honest truth. I think Lamar is going to go down as a better quarterback than Michael Vick, even though he better stats. I think he plays better. Got it? Okay, if you go by that. But talent wise, Michael Vick's different from everybody. That fucking arm he had was crazy. Excuse my language. That's a different talent, bro. Like, it's the same thing here. Do people not remember Cam Newton? That man. Look at Carolina. They're terrible. That man was insane. These runs that Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen get like these 10 touchdown seasons because they do the push. And I love both of them. Josh Allen's amazing. Not hating. Love him. My thing is, do you not remember how Cam Newton was running in touchdowns? They were giving him the ball like the 14-yard line. He's running power to the left and right and just running over linebackers and flipping over the line. And oh my God, he was something, dude. That year was insane. He was kicking everyone's ass. And like you said, he had nobody. That's why I was amazed. Yeah. It was Greg Olsen and him.
Philly Brown, Ted Ginn, Devin Funchess. We're going to convert a guy that they think is going to be a tight end in the NFL into a slow wide receiver. And then, like, Greg Olsen was your best but he was getting to the point he was aging, you know? It's like,
rap star Greg Olsen. Everyone remembers his rap for the U.
Right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, man, you're speaking to the choir on this. It's just,
Let's not get diluted.
Okay, like I said, the Philly this year will be really fascinating because now everybody can game plan, and I think the key for teams to beat Philly is, again, you saw the year prior what happened to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, no, 100%.
He was the focal point that team fell apart because he can't make all the NFL throws. It's no offense to him.
No.
He can't. He can, if he has a clean pocket, sure, but I'm talking about, hey, you're about to get nailed. You got he's a little shorter in stature. He can't make those throws.
And this is where the organization failed Cam Newton in this respect. The Panthers, look at the Ravens, right? Lamar did the same thing he did as far as, like, remember 2019's team? Does anyone remember any of the wide receivers on our team? He had them as the number one seed with Moore as, like, to make. I'm like, Lamar did amazing. He had Gus Edwards, who I love, but still, Gus Edwards, like, I mean, bruh. And that's my guy.
You had Hollywood Brown. Yeah, it was Mark Ingram, Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, you had, your number one receiver was always Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
I can't think of who the backup was with him, too.
Oh my God, how do I not know this? Mark Andrews. It was Hurst.
Did you all still have the guy from Colorado? Remember him?
Yeah. No, I think he's gone.
Crockett Gilmore?
Yeah, he's gone.
He wasn't awful.
He was really good, though.
Yeah, he was gone. Yeah, he was kind of like Dennis Pitta. It was just short-lived, and then he started getting
great. Best name, though. Best name. It's Crockett Gilmore. Legend.
Davey Crockett.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, can we stop sometimes? You just want to be like the crap with Lamar now. We're like, look at all the help he has, guys. All these people you're naming that won MVPs, they wouldn't. He's got that on everybody. You can't take that away from Lamar. He won an MVP with those guys. Okay, that's crazy. And I love those guys. I think Miles Boykin got kind of a raw deal in the league. I thought the guy had a lot of talent and played well. I think the Ravens didn't use him enough. But hey, just saying. I'm like, can we stop with the stuff? It's the same thing with Lamar. Like, y'all just want to move the goalpost now. Look at all the people he has. I'm like, dude, he had the number one seed with people you ain't never heard of. Do you not remember that year? I remember the game against the Rams where everybody watched that Monday night game because of how the Ravens were just rolling people, and it was crazy. Just running all over everyone, and it was wild.
Dude, I had him in fantasy. I just remember Lamar would just throw these seeds deep to Hollywood Brown. You're just like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
it was crazy. That offense was record-breaking.
But I just want to point out, talent is not the same as winning. Intangibles are huge. That is not. I'm not making fun of him for that. Jalen Hurts is an incredible winner and has done that high school, college, pros. That is not something I gloss over. But also, talent is talent. You can't lie. Like, Cam Newton was one of the best. I still think he's the most physically imposing quarterback you ever seen. That is still crazy that he was like 6'6", 250 and running like that. That's wild. Like,
oh yeah. No, 1,000%, dude. He was fake. He was fake as anybody, man.
Do you remember him at the Under Armour combine? I was like, what the hell? He looked like a fucking D end. I'm like, what is this? What the hell is he on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, think though. Like, Cam Newton was underneath Tebow, like at Florida, right? They recruited him to do the same dang thing.
Yep.
Right.
Then computer.
That, like, I mean, you know what I want?
Okay.
Athletic. I need one of your writers. I want you to do a podcast. Talk about how Tebow and Vic allowed the league to have athletic quarterbacks.
They did.
Right? And Vic started it. Vic really started it, honestly, with, you can even go back to Randall Cunningham, right? In terms of, hey, you can have an athletic quarterback like that. I would say, Tebow really set the stage for, hey, you can be unorthodox, and it's okay.
Yes.
Right? So I think Cam Newton was always a much better thrower, but you still have to admit, when his rookie year, they used to run a lot of weird stuff with him.
Yep.
And they won a lot, right? And it's the same, Vic, they did a lot of things, too. Like, it's funny how everyone's like, oh, the league, they do all these RPOs and stuff. They did it all back then.
Yep.
It was just the Falcons were the only team that did it. They were the only smart team.
Yep. No, dude, it's. I do love where the league is at with quarterbacks, because now it's not like we're gonna fit you into our box. It's like we're gonna fit our box around you, right? We're gonna make stuff because it didn't make sense before. Guys talented at something, you're just like, we're not gonna help him with that. We're gonna, hey, pocket passer. Okay, why? It's good. It's good. It's nice to see that, and. I love Jalen Hurts. I'm not over here to hate on him. I just think it's funny that we just forget how good some of these guys are. Talent, it's football too. You can't. We try to always make it like basketball. It's not. They don't play offense and defense. It's not, you can't have that much of an impact. Even the quarterbacks. You could be great, but if you have no help, you're not going to win like that. You're not. You're not. That's where the organization has to do their job. And to the Ravens' credit, they have given Lamar weapons now. They didn't sit there and go, "Hey, buddy, listen, good luck. Here's a 5th-round pick, Johnny Smith over here playing receiver. I hope you can do it again." Like, they were like, "Okay, let's get the man some weapons." Okay, when Derrick Henry was out there,
Right.
they went and signed him, Dallas, which you should have did because God, he wanted to play for you, which makes it really sad. I don't understand what that was. I still don't. He said, "Hey, I'll play for you guys for $5 million."
Yeah.
They're like,
Jerry Jones got scared after the Zeke.
"Yeah,
He realized, like, man, look, Zeke and Henry are two different animals, but I think he realized, yeah.
oh, hey, Zeke was."
You can't sign. I think NFL teams, like, they still shy away. It's so fascinating how they shy away from running back contracts.
Zeke,
Even though, like, you saw this last wave of free agency with Barkley and Jacobs and Henry, just like, hey, it still matters.
Yeah.
You still need elite runners in the NFL. They just need to be on good teams, not trash teams.
I honestly think Henry made the right call just from the standpoint. I think Lamar will keep him a little more healthy because you saw it on those plays where he did the read option, how they would all follow Lamar. It, like, keeps people off your back. Man, he would have died in Tennessee last year. They would have put that box up and beat him up.
Yeah, he still would have. He still might have got 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
Pollard
that's one thing I got to give him. He is, and Pollard had a very good year. Like, I don't think he actually was very good. Not a bad signing at all.
It was. I think when I was listening to the Athletic podcast, credit to them, they like did the analytics. Like, it was crazy. Just like Tennessee had actually a really good offense in terms of yardage, but they were the worst EPA per play in terms of turnovers.
Yeah.
Meaning they made really bad, impactful turnovers. A lot of it's Will Levis, right? That's why they drafted Cam Ward, because they're just like, dude, at some point you got to figure out, man, you can't.
I will say I think you've always been high on him, and I must say he does have moments where you're like, damn, he's a talented guy. It's just his turnovers sometimes. I'm like, dude, he has talent though. I will say that. A lot.
I mean, his art, like, I think at this point he is a serviceable backup in the NFL.
Yeah, I
until
agree.
he can prove it otherwise, because it's just, he needs a different organization. I think it's tough being in Tennessee. It's just not a good, they're not a great organization right now. But
I agree.
speaking of, though, quarterbacks and dysfunctional organizations, let's stick in the AFC North.
Yeah, let's go to Cleveland.
Cleveland, the mistake by the lake. All right. Sorry, all Cleveland fans. Remember, there's a great song, Cleveland Rocks.
Not a football though.
Dude, yeah, seriously. All right. Number one, it's amazing. There's a lot. I mean, again, you gotta believe the media, whatever they say.
Tom, let me say one thing real quick, Tom. Let me say one thing real quick. Listen, Cleveland, I feel you. Our kicker and your quarterback were like together at those places. They're symbiotic. They love it, man. They love them massages. Okay, they love them.
Hey! Just remember, Justin Tucker is one less game of evil person than Deshaun Watson.
Right. And then now everybody getting on the Ravens. I don't know if this kid's gonna be a good kicker. But I'm like, you would have had to wait 10 games anyway, so why keep him for $9 million? That's crazy. Even if you have to re-sign him, it's too much money. No, not doing it.
He's done, man. The PR around him, he's done.
He's at least not getting no run.
His stuff is way more serious than, like,
yes.
Brandon McManus. There's a lot of, like, again, there was a lot of, not saying, again, McManus, like, when your name's ever associated with those things, you gotta,
oh, yeah.
Sometimes you gotta wonder a little bit, I'll say this, Justin Tucker, you got what you deserve.
Yes. Yeah.
You got it coming. Good riddance. I hope
I agree.
that you can figure out a way to make amends with the world.
It'll be tough.
But, yeah. Anyways, going back to dysfunction and quarterbacks, the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah.
So, they took Dylan Gabriel above Sanders. Shedeur has been getting in trouble. He didn't really take the draft process seriously. A lot of scouts are thinking they think he could get cut.
Oof.
Which, honestly, like, again, I mean, Cleveland just took a flyer because I think at this point, I mean, it's fascinating the quarterbacks they have. You have Gabriel, you got Shedeur, you got Watson, you got Flacco, and I think they got Kenny Pickett.
Yep.
They're actually saying Kenny Pickett has looked good, too. You know.
Oh, man.
I mean.
If he started playing well, man, Steelers. What are you doing? Wouldn't it be funny?
I don't know, man. They showed the highlight last year of him in Philly when he like tried to pump fake and the ball started slowing down.
Dude, I'm not.
He's got small hands.
Dude, I'm not.
I know.
Long play. I'm not a big. I don't think Kenny Pickett's the answer. I'm just big one.
Look, I think Cleveland's personally tanking for is it the Caleb? As someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Kublink, I think is his last name. The Clemson quarterback, because I think the talent really, I have a feeling Arch Manning, no matter, he'll play well, but I have a feeling he's going to do. I mean, I don't blame him. I would. His family name, I'd be like, no, you're absolutely not going to Cleveland. I would say if you pick me up, you're trading out. And holding out because I would not want to go to Cleveland. Cleveland's trying to field the team because they got to see what guys they got.
Yeah.
They're always going to have to go young quarterbacks at this point with the Deshaun Watson thing. I still think Deshaun Watson's going to be the guy that they're going to try to at least attempt to get out there, but I think his leash is very, very short in Cleveland at this point, and they're just stuck eating that money because the NFL is so mad at their owner because he's an idiot.
Yeah, he ruined everything for the quarterback market.
It's so bad now.
Yeah.
But dude, it's dysfunctional, man. That's all I can say. And, it's a shame for Shedeur Sanders because I think he actually could be an okay quarterback in the NFL. And to not take this seriously is just, it's sad, but it doesn't shock me. I've never thought he was a good leader from day one. And here you are.
I agree with Tom. He hasn't shown great leadership ability. I do think, like he said, Cleveland's a mess, but at least they're trying. I like their coach. I like some of the players on the team. I just don't. Their owner, like he said, what he did is still the dumbest thing I've ever seen a person with money do, and that's saying something. Because you had no precedent for it. Why'd you do that? I guess because Deshaun was like, I ain't leaving Houston to play in Cleveland. You were like, well, if I gave you $235 million guaranteed, would you? And he was like, well, I ain't dumb, so yes. Which you can't get on Deshaun. Anyone would do that because it's football. You're really giving me all my money, like literally. Like why? But okay, hey, listen.
Well,
I know he's not a good person.
I just think what's crazy though with him is again he's similar. Like this is even no offense. Lamar is much better than. Sorry, we got feedback from my daughter. She's telling me no.
Mine always does.
Like think about now Deshaun is definitely tiers below Lamar, but at the time,
yeah, no, he was big time.
No, the potential of Deshaun, he was supposed to be the kind of the Lamar, I'm trying to think who else he would comp to with just his athletic ability, but also that arm talent.
Like Steve McNair, Steve McNair is what I always thought he was, like a better.
That's a great comp.
Because he was tough.
The thing, though,
he was tough.
Yeah, the thing that unfortunately though, the thing is with all of this is hey, he never really won anything. The difference is McNair did.
Yeah.
Right? And, every time they played the Chiefs, he was terrible.
Yeah.
And they would keep it quote unquote close, but it never really was. It was just the end of the game. They'd make some kind of, a couple crazy plays, and that's it.
Yep.
So.
But it was.
That's a fascinating. That's all I can say. That's a fascinating mess.
Yeah, this off season's been crazy. But before we go, I want to give everyone a little synopsis. We're gonna do the Andor thing either next week or the week after. We didn't forget about that. And a lot of stuff happened, so we needed a little time. Especially me, I had a family death. It was tough. But Tom was on vacation. We had a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, we're gonna come back with that. We're back, man. The season's going to start soon. And then maybe we'll do a Madden review thing, like what we think after we play it a little bit, and College Football 26, sorry. It looks a lot better, both of them.
College Football 26 today at noon.
Right.
Bad I got to go work. That's all right.
Life.com.
Long night, fellas.
Right. But anyway, thank you.
Coffee on this one.
Right. Thank you all so much for watching. Likes as always, I appreciate it. And as always, Tom.
Roll Tide, anchor down.
Anchor down.